Welcome back to ZA Boxing Nation, where boxing lives, breathes, and breaks down. Today we're going to talk about a fight that had me shaking my head the entire night, and that's Terrell Gausha delivered an absolute boxing clinic against Elijah Garcia. He came out extremely sharp, extremely focused, and he dropped Garcia in the first round. He controlled the fight from start to finish, but despite all that, the judges still handed Elijah Garcia a split decision victory. Was this a robbery? Let's break it all down. Terrell Gausha wasted no time, and right after the first bell, he was in complete control, using very sharp, very educated jabs to establish the distance from Garcia. But Garcia, the relentless pressure fighter he is, just continued to come forward. He wasn't just jabbing to keep Elijah Garcia off balance. I believe he was setting up that right hand that found his mark early. Through the first round, Terrell Gausha timed Elijah Garcia perfectly and landed a right hand that sent Elijah Garcia to the canvas. That knockdown wasn't just a flash knockdown, it was a statement, and showed that Terrell Gausha was locked in and ready to dominate this fight. Elijah Garcia got up, but from that moment, he was trying to play catch up. Looked good, but he put on a clinic against Elijah Garcia. He had the sharper punch placement, sharp combinations, and he was defensively responsible the entire night. He wasn't wasting any energy. Every punch that Terrell Gausha threw had a purpose. What stood out to me even more is Terrell Gausha's footwork. Gausha was pivoting beautifully, staying one step of Elijah Garcia the entire time. And whenever Elijah Garcia tried to press forward, Gausha gave him angles, turned him, and made him reset. Elijah Garcia looked frustrated because every time he thought he had Terrell Gausha pinned, Gausha was gone and creating space and landing cleaner shots. To Elijah Garcia's credit, I believe that this kid has tremendous heart. He kept pushing forward and trying to impose his will on Gausha, but Gausha wasn't having it. Even in the later rounds when Garcia tried to pressure, Terrell Gausha kept his composure. He was slipping and rolling and making Garcia pay with all of his counters. The narrative stayed the same. Elijah Garcia was aggressive but ineffective. He was throwing but not landing. Meanwhile, Gausha was landing clean and effective punches and controlling the distance like a seasoned veteran. Anyone watching this fight, two eyes can see that Gausha should have won this fight. Then we get to the scorecards. One judge had it for Gausha, but the other two gave it to Garcia, a split decision victory. Even myself, I couldn't believe what I had just watched because I was under the impression that the judges maybe were watching a different fight. But let's be clear, Elijah Garcia is extremely talented. He's a young fighter with a bright future. But in this fight, he got outclassed by Terrell Gausha. He knocked him down, controlled the pace, landed the cleaner and more effective shots, and made Elijah Garcia miss the entire night. This wasn't a close fight that could have gone either way. This was a clear win for Terrell Gausha. It's one thing to have a close and debatable fight, but this was a bad decision. And these kinds of decisions really do hurt the sport. Fighters put their heart, soul into training, and when they deliver performances like this, they deserve to have their hand raised. Terrell Gausha did everything right, but somehow the judges still saw it differently. So where does this leave both of these fighters? For Terrell Gausha, this performance showed that he's still extremely dangerous, still can fight at a high level, and he still deserves another opportunity against anybody at the top. He proved that he can outbox and dominate a young and hungry fighter like Elijah Garcia. And as for Elijah Garcia, we know that this guy is a warrior. No doubt about it. He's young, he's tough, and he's still learning. But if he wants to be able to compete at the top level, he's going to need to tighten up his defense and be more effective with his pressure. But what do you think? Was this fight a robbery? Did Terrell Gausha get cheated out of clear victory? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I know this one's going to get the people talking. This has been ZA Boxing Nation, where champions get analyzed and legends are made. But until next time, keep your hands up, and I'll catch you in the next one.